the back of the grid, having been on the podium at the opening round, and as we've heard, the recovery as we get going. Michael, we've just seen the temperatures go through,
which is for the majority of the guys just 15 minutes if you're in Q1, 30 if you
soft rear tyre. Okay, and I heard
yeah, 100%. It's tough whenever you get that grain, and it's usually down to a dirt.
Now, if the pole position side really is the dirty side of the grid, when all this at this new venue in Mandalika, and Carlos Tatai gets away well from pole position in second. Fodger coming very, very close to Tatai as they go through this.
Much for my money, but it was clean. Got the run down into turn one, late on the brakes, and yeah.
That's where you've got to build the pace up once more, and Fodger makes a move, Michael. Whereas this race goes on, it's going to get tasty in this part of the track. Remember, he led by a long way when we were in Qatar, and now he's up into
position here with that hard rear option tyre. It could come to him later in the race.
Yeah, we found out afterwards. In that section, if you nail it well, Mino loose out, and look at that from Fodger. He runs front. We've got a new leader, it's Isan Guevara, and he had so much pace on the run.
Dry track conditions, learning where they can brake at, so figuring things out as this race goes on.
It's finding their feet as this race goes on in these early laps, and there is a long way to leave. But now he's making amends here in Indonesia.
And that's the fast.
And you cannot bring the bike down, Michael.
Yeah, that's the problem. You just
can't. This last sector, it reminds me a lot of Argentina, where we will be, of course, in 2 weeks' time. At the front, Dennis Fodger up into second place as Isan Guevara leads them through.
You build through this, so it is almost full gas 5 and 6 on the Moto3 bikes.
Got someone firing it in on the inside, and he hangs on. Look at the feel of a track where you could break away, and Fodger's set about doing that now, and Garcia knows it. He goes
back and forth. They're just giving a little bit of extra daylight to Fodger. It does seem like Sergio
mate Isan Guevara, no way through on this occasion. Andrea Mino here for the IO team in Moto2 last year, now up in Tech 3. They're both actually.
When he sees his championship challenger easing away out front, so Dennis Fodger 1.4.
Deep at turn 10, and it's so hard to bring the bike down if you do get on. Garcia has managed to get in front and stay in front on this occasion.
They know this is going to be a battle for second. Fodger is gone, he's checked out. 2-point center throughout the weekend, but experience comes to the fore. The Leopard team have found something overnight.
Fair as the race goes on. Diogo Moreira had a technical problem, was supposed to start from the front of the grid.
And a bit of a shame after such a strong opening start to his season.
That cement does in terms of the race, Michael, because this is bunching that field together behind. Just have a look, Carlos Tatai is going to have to do a long lap loop at the lines for starters. Make sure you rejoin safely. But Andrea Mino, young 17-year-old Brazilian. But the way he started the season, Michael, I reckon he's going to get more. So it's a battle for the other positions on Mino. Breezes past Garcia. Is he going to run it deep in turn one? No, he hangs on, who I think has just done his long lap penalty. Yeah, he has, and he's dropped all the way back to.
So yeah, usually rear tyre always bests front, so he's committed.
But people just seem to have had a problem getting it right down to the right part of the apex there. The rest don't have.
Honestly, he had so much pace throughout pre-season testing. At one with that machine, but that Leopard squad, they're covered on everything.
Hangs on in fourth place, all sorts of chopping and changing going on in the positions behind, and in 18th place as things stand in a battle with Yaman. Something happened there, but he is clawing back the time as further down the order, further up Garcia, so much so he got a penalty, didn't he, last time we were racing. But again, it's the old phrase.
He's definitely one of those quiet for too long.
Well, the others would do well now just to stick with him. He's had a couple of, and this is why we're excited about this part of the track, Michael, is because the correct line or
sector more difficult to pull off on the big bikes than these little bikes. We've seen it executed quite nicely already.
Which you've got from, or in this part of the track, from turn 6 through to turn.
It's for Tatais. He's almost been the pace setter throughout free practice and just not quite has it here on race.
Front option hard tyre, as did his teammate Xavi Artigas. Others have done though, like Suzuki. So he's made good progress, but now
he can't. So yeah, Suzuki obviously he's done it one too many times and struggled a little bit
into turn 10. There is Fodger, the gap between 10 and 11 up towards the front end of this one. We've got another long lap loop coming in, Michael. Mateo through on Denis Onju for 6th place. Good ride this from Olgai. Second lead over the field here with 9 laps remaining.
Some of the guys will have water in their hump, but that will be getting hot now as well, so it is so tough. The swing
in conditions like this, yes, it gets hot when you're in Spain, but temperatures into the 30s and right over this week.
Yeah, big learning process actually. What
pass through there and then tightens up. Look at that, diving on the inside. Was that Olgado coming off Sergio Garcia? It's all changed yet again. 16th place, just in behind Yamanaka, having a good ride here, I have to say. Yo, and he sits Guevara right up in there.
Yeah, that was quite a clever and daring manoeuvre. Obviously, he knew it.
Remember, he crashed right at the start of the race. He rejoined, and if he fails to do that, he'll get 3 seconds for each one of those long laps that he has missed.
True, yeah, you do get the signal on there as well. But
it's quite a busy lap, isn't it? It's not like you've got a long go. Got very tight to the inside of the track. Here we go into through
all year. I think, well, all year. Say we're only at round 2, but even at the end of last year,
that got
that number of times on each other. You've got to allow room. If someone's down the inside, you see that front wheel. They don't
being put in here. Oh, and that was Artigas, Tatai.
Race track and race trim. So yeah, benefiting from the draft, using these new overtaking manoeuvres.
See that hard front tyre, he's feeling that a little bit more. Keep an eye on him on the brakes then. I do believe at some point, if it keeps going like this, there is going to be contact.
All feel really strong in the brakes, so neither one of them wants to give best. They're all going for that last.
He laid down on the track, and you try and make your moves on a part of the track that's dirty. Inside, Onchu comes through. This is wild in Moto3.
The way through, I think Mino got touched about 3 times there, just bumping and barging.
There's number 99, Carlos Tatai, behind him the 11 of Sergio Garcia.
Yeah, it looks like it. You called it. Carlos Tatai is the strongest.
Coming through on Jaume here. Sasaki coming to the fore. It's last lap time. Dennis Fake can move somewhere. I'm guessing it's going to be down towards turn 10. Into turn 10. Oh, and there's been contact. We knew it was going to happen. Sasaki Grand Prix. A great win for the pre-season favourite. Second place for Guevara. And Tatai on the CIP bike crashing out at the last. A breath.
Along with Masia. We're going to see what's happened here with Sasaki. Just couldn't get it stopped. Up
of his bike. Thankfully, the main thing is it looks like they're both
and secured that podium finish.
A frustrated looking Mario Aggi.